In the last session, we had a discussion on D block and F block elements. So, in the last class, we had discussed about electronic configuration and atomic radius. Electronic configuration and atomic radius. In this class, now we are going to discuss ionization enthalpy. Ionization enthalpy. Ionization enthalpy. What is ionization enthalpy? Ionization enthalpy is the energy required to remove outermost electron from neutral gaseous isolated atom. Correct? So what is ionization enthalpy? Energy required to remove the outermost electron. Energy required to remove the outermost electron from neutral gaseous isolated atom is said to be what? Ionization enthalpy. Then what is the general trend? Across the period, when you move from left to right, ionization enthalpy increases. Ionization enthalpy increases, correct? Ionization enthalpy increases across the period. Why it increases? Because the size goes on decreases. When size decreases, the attractive forces between central nucleus and outermost electron will be what? More. So to remove the electron from the outer shell, we need a what? Large amount of energy. Because of that reason, across the period ionization enthalpy increases. So in the 3D series also, ionization enthalpy increases. What are the 3D series elements? Scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc. So these are the 3D series elements, correct? But in this 3D series, we observe some irregularities. We observe some irregular variations. So what are those means? Chromium and copper. What is the electronic configuration of chromium? Chromium configuration is what? 3d5 4s1. Next, copper configuration is 3d10 4s1. We define ionization enthalpy, that is ionization enthalpy. And if we are removing the successive electrons, if I am removing the first electron, then it can be called as a first ionization enthalpy. If I remove the second electron, then it will be called as a second ionization energy. Successive removal of electrons leads to first ionization enthalpy, second ionization enthalpy, and third ionization enthalpy. Now we are talking about the first ionization enthalpy. First ionization enthalpy of chromium and copper are less. First ionization enthalpy of chromium and copper are less compared to its what? Neighbors. Are you getting? Why it is less? Because once we have removed the electron from chromium as well as from copper, it will attain the stable configuration, that is 3d10. Here it is 3d5, correct? So 3d5 and 3d10 are what? Stable configuration. So to attain this stability, it will easily lose the what? Electron from its outer shell, so that its ionization enthalpy, that is first ionization enthalpy of chromium and copper, will be what? Less compared to its neighbors. Clear? When you are talking about the second ionization enthalpy, so we know that now first ionization enthalpy is less, but once we have have removed the electron, what will be the remaining configuration? 3d5 here and here 3d10. 3d5 here and there 3d10. So if you want to remove the second electron, from chromium ion and copper ion, then it will require what? More amount of energy. It will require at this side more amount of energy, because energy required to remove the electron from the stable configuration will be what? More. So because of that reason, second ionization enthalpy will be what? More, whereas first ionization enthalpy will be what? Less for the chromium and copper. Clear? Clear? Chromium, copper, first ionization enthalpy is less. First ionization enthalpy is less for chromium and copper, whereas second ionization enthalpy will be more for chromium and copper. Next, zinc. What is the configuration of zinc? It is 3d10 4s2. 3d10 4s2. Configuration of zinc is 3d10 4s2. So if you want to remove the electron, that is first electron, then it should be removed from which configuration? Which shell? 4s shell. So ionization enthalpy, that is first ionization enthalpy for zinc will be more, because the electron is to be removed from the what? Paired electron. So once you have removed the electron, once you have removed the one electron, what will be the remaining configuration? It will be 3d10 4s1. Now if you want to remove the second electron, now second electron is what? Unpaired electron. Now it can be removed easily. So second ionization enthalpy will be less for the what? Zinc. For the zinc, first ionization enthalpy will be more, whereas second ionization enthalpy will be what? Less. Okay. Now, in case of manganese configuration is what? 3d5 4s2. So 3d5 4s2. Again, here the first ionization enthalpy will be more. Why the first ionization enthalpy is more? Because the electron is to be removed from the what? Paired electron. So first ionization enthalpy will be more. Now, if you compare the second ionization enthalpy, once you have removed the electron, what will be the remaining configuration? 3d5 4s1. So again you want to remove the electron, that is second ionization enthalpy. So second ionization enthalpy will be what? Less. Second ionization enthalpy will be what? Less, because of two reasons. One is it is a what? Unpaired electron, so that it can easily lose the electron. Second one is if you remove the second electron, it will attain the which configuration? Stable configuration, that is half-filled configuration. So because of that reason, first ionization enthalpy will be more for manganese and second ionization enthalpy will be the what? Less. So these are the some irregularities you can observe in the what? 3D series. Change in the ionization enthalpy of 3D series. Clear? Okay. Next problem. Next one is oxidation state. Next properties. Oxidation state. Okay. Oxidation state. What is oxidation state? Charge carried by atom or ion in the given compound. Charge carried by atom in a given compound. Charge carried by atom in a what? Charge carried by atom in a given compound can be called as what? Oxidation state. Now we know that in case of alkali metals, there is a fixed oxidation state, that is +1. Whereas in case of alkaline metals, there is a fixed oxidation state, that is +2. Because in the alkali metals there is only one electron in the outer shell, so it can have a +1 as its oxidation state. Next, in case of alkaline metals, there are only 2 electrons in the what? Outer shell. So it can have a what? +2 as its oxidation state. But in case of D block elements, it is not limited to one or two oxidation state. It shows variable oxidation states. These D block elements shows variable oxidation state. Oxidation state for the D block elements, oxidation state for the 3D series elements is variable. It is not fixed. Clear? So write the elements of 3D series, that is scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc. So these are the 3D series elements. Now write its configuration. Write the configuration. Argon is common for all the elements. Yes, argon is common for all the elements. So I write directly argon 3D1 4s2. Next for titanium it is 3D2 4s2. Next for vanadium 3D3 4s2. For chromium it is 3D5 4s1. Why it is showing anomalous electronic configuration? Because to attain the what stability, one electron is transferred from S to what 3D. I have already told in the previous class. Next, manganese 3D5 4s2. Next, iron it is 3D6 4s2. 3D7 4s2. Next, nickel 3D8 4s2. It is 3D10 4s1. Next 3D10 4s2. Correct? So this is the configuration for the D block element, that is 3D series elements. Now it shows variable oxidation. These elements shows a what a variable oxidation state. Now and one more thing, all the D block elements, all the 3D series elements shows a what positive oxidation. Means it can lose the electron. Okay. So if you write the configuration of 3D, so this is 3D and 4s1. So in case of scandium, how many electrons are there in the 3D? One electron in the 3D and two electrons in the what? This is 3D. This one is what? 4s. Now it can lose either two electrons. If it loses two electrons, it will have an oxidation state of +2. Correct? If it loses the two electrons from 4s and one electron from the 3D, it will have a +3 oxidation state. Now the variable oxidation state of 3D series elements is due to what? Due to what? Involvement of 4s electrons as well as 3D electrons in the bonding. The variable oxidation is due to participation of 3D electron as well as 4s electrons in the making of a bond. So because of the involvement of both the electrons, that is 3D and 4s electrons, these will show you what variable oxidation state. And the energy level between 3D and 4s will be what? Small. So that's why oxidation state for the 3D elements will be what? Variable. Clear? So involvement of 3D electrons as well as 4s electrons results in the what? Variable oxidation for the 3D elements. Next, +2, +3. Next to titanium. Next for titanium it is 3D to 4s2. So for titanium 3D to 4s2. If it loses two electrons, it will form a what? +2 state. If it loses two electrons from 4s and one electron from 3D, it will have +3. If it loses two electrons from 4s and two electrons from 3D, at that time it will have what? +4 oxidation. So the possible oxidation state for titanium is +2, +3 and +4. Next for vanadium, how many electrons are there in the 3D? 3 electrons, 1, 2, 3 and 5. If it loses two electrons plus one electron, it will be what? +3. Two electrons, if it loses two electrons, it will be +2, +3, +4 and +5 oxidation states are possible. Why +2? Sorry, why +5? Two electrons from 4s and 3 electrons from 3D. So 3 + 2, it will be what? 5. So 5 oxidation state is possible for the vanadium. Next, chromium. Chromium configuration is 3D5 4s1. Chromium configuration is what? 3D5 4s1. 3D5 4s1. It means if it loses one electron, it can have a what? +1 oxidation state. +1 oxidation state. Next, one from 4s and one from 3D. At that time, it can have a what? +2. similarly it can have what +1, +2, +3, +4, +5 up to +6 oxidation states are possible for the what chromium. +1 to +6 oxidation states are possible for the what chromium. Clear? Next, manganese. Manganese again configuration is 3d5 4s2. 3d5 4s2. Here, if it loses only electrons from the 4s shell means it will have a +2 oxidation state. If it loses electrons from the 4s as well as 3d level, it can have +3, +4, +5, +6 up to +7. +2 to +7 oxidation states are possible for the what? Manganese. Clear? Next, after manganese, there is increase in the number of d electrons. That means pairing up will start afterward manganese. So 3d6 electrons are there in the what iron atom. So 3d6 means 5 electrons. Each electron is written in your orbital. Now the 6th electron will pair up with the what first electron. So when the electrons are paired, it is not easy to lose the what electron. So because of that reason, only the unpaired electron will lose the electron. At this time, it can have oxidation state of what? +2 here, +2, +3, +4 up to +5 and +6. Up to +5 is possible. Clear? Next, for cobalt, even you can write what +6, but the stable oxidation state will be what +2 and +3 only. Next, cobalt, it can have what? Cobalt means 3d7. Cobalt means 3d7 4s2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here. Now what are the possible oxidation state? One time it can have what +2, and next it can have what +3, +4 oxidation state. +2, +3 and +4 oxidation state. Clear? Next, nickel. Nickel configuration is 3d8 4s2. Now at this time it can have 2 electrons. It can have a +2 oxidation state, +3 oxidation state, as well as +2 as well as +3 oxidation state. Clear? Next, even you can write out +4 oxidation state. Next, copper 3d10 4s1. Copper means what? 3d10 4s1. So d10 electrons are there, right? And 4s1. d10 4s1. Now at this time it can lose what 1 electron. It easily loses the what 1 electron, as well as if it loses 1 electron from the 3d, at that time it can have what +2 oxidation state. Clear? Next, for zinc, it is 3d10 4s2. 3d10 10 electrons are completely filled and 2 electrons are also completely filled. However, it can lose only 2 electrons. So at that time it can have oxidation state of what +2. So these are the variable oxidation state for the what scandium series or 3d series elements. We have written the what more than one type of oxidation state, but the stable oxidation state. What is the common oxidation state for all the 3d series elements? It is +2. Common oxidation state is what +2. Is it or not? Every element is having a what +2 oxidation state because 4s electrons are present in all the elements. Next, the possible oxidation state for the 3d series elements are here. The common oxidation state is what +2. Now you may expect a question in the examination that which 3d series element have the highest oxidation state. Now observe the series. Which element is showing the highest oxidation state? Manganese. That is +7 is possible for what? Manganese. So what is the answer? Manganese can have a highest oxidation state, that is +7. Highest oxidation state, that is +7. So this is the answer. Okay. I think fourth one. Magnetic property. Okay. So the D-block element shows about magnetic properties. We usually observe two types of substances. Generally we observe two types of substances. What are those substances? One is paramagnetic, other one is what? Diamagnetic. One is paramagnetic, other one is diamagnetic. Still we can observe about ferromagnetic, antiferromagnetic. So those are the word substances. But for your syllabus we have only paramagnetic and diamagnetic substances. So what is paramagnetic substances? Paramagnetic substances are those which are weakly attracted by a what? Magnetic field. Attracted by magnetic field. Attracted by magnetic field. Substances which are weakly attracted by the magnetic field, those are said to be what? Paramagnetic substances. Paramagnetic substances. Next one is diamagnetic substances. Diamagnetic substances are the substances which are repelled by the magnetic field. Which are repelled by magnetic field. Which are repelled by magnetic field. Those are said to be what? Diamagnetic system. Now, paramagnetic character or paramagnetic property is due to presence of unpaired electrons. Presence of unpaired electrons. The substances which are having a unpaired electrons, those will show a what? Paramagnetism. Substances which are having presence of unpaired electron, at least there should be what? One electron. At least there should be what? Minimum one unpaired electron. Then those substances will show a what? Paramagnetism. Paramagnetism. We have one formula to find the paramagnetism. That is what? Magnetic moment. Magnetic moment. Magnetic moment is given by only spin only formula. Magnetic moment can be. Magnetic moment symbol is what? Mu. So which is equal to square root of n into n plus 2. What is the formula to calculate the magnetic moment or paramagnetism? Mu equals to square root of n into n plus 2. Mu is equals to square root of n into n plus 2. What is the unit? Bohr magneton. Unit for this magnetic moment is Bohr magneton. Bohr magneton. Where n is here unpaired electron. Number of unpaired electron. What is n here? N is number of unpaired electron. N is number of unpaired electron. Clear? So this is the concept of magnetic property. Let us see some examples. So this magnetic property is important for the examination. You may expect a question from the what? Magnetic property. Calculate the magnetic moment of so and so ions. Okay. Now let us discuss some examples. First example. Calculate the magnetic moment. Calculate the magnetic moment. Calculate the magnetic moment for scandium plus 3N. For scandium plus 3N. So to calculate the oxidation number, we should know the what? Its electronic configuration. We should know the electronic configuration of scandium. Correct? So what is the scandium electronic configuration? Scandium electronic configuration is what? 3d1 4s2. Scandium electronic configuration is 3d1 4s2. But we have to calculate a magnetic moment for what? Scandium plus 3n. Scandium plus 3 means remove the 3 electrons, 2 from 4s and 3d, 1 electron from 3d. So what will be the resultant configuration? 3d0, 4s0. Now write orbital diagram for it. Write the orbital diagram. Do you have any electron? No. It means 4s also there is no electron. There is no electron in 4s shell as well as 3d shell. So what is the n value here? N value is here 0. Now mu is equals to square root of 0 into 0 plus 2. It will be what? Mu is equals to 0. So what is the magnetic moment for the scandium plus 3n? It is 0. Clear? Because there is no unpaired electron. Next example. Calculate the magnetic moment for titanium plus 2n. Calculate the magnetic moment for what? Titanium plus 2n. Titanium plus 2n. Now, titanium. What is the titanium configuration? Titanium configuration is 3D scandium titanium 3D to 4s2 3D to 4s2. But they have given titanium plus 2. Titanium plus 2 means titanium plus 2 configuration will be 3D to 4s0 because 2 electrons are removed from the outermost shell, that is from 4s shell. So write the orbital diagram. How to fill the electrons according to what? Ohm's rule. So when one electron U and one electron U, and 4s is not having a what electron. Now how many unpaired electron you can observe here? 2 unpaired electron. 2 unpaired electrons. Is it or not? So what is the value of N here? 2. What they have given? Titanium plus 2 is given. Titanium configuration is 3D to 4s2. Titanium plus 2 means 3D to remove 2 electrons from the 4s. So what will be the orbital diagram? 2 electrons in the what? 3D shell. So these 2 electrons are unpaired. So number of unpaired electrons will be equal to what? 2. So put in the formula. Mu is equals to square root of 2 into 2 plus 2. First write formula. Mu is equals to n into n plus 2. So this is spin only formula. Spin only formula. Okay. Now mu is equals to square root of 2 into 2 plus 2. 2 into 2 plus 2. 2 plus 2 will be equal to what? 4. 4 into 2 it will be equal to what? 8. We know that square root of 9. Square root of 9 will be equal to what? 3. So here square root of 8 is there. It means the answer should be in the range of what? Mu is equals to 2.8 or 7. Is it or not? What is the unit? Bohr magneton. Bohr magneton. Clear? Next. Calculate magnetic moment for the what? Fe plus 2 here. Calculate for Fe plus 2. Now for Fe plus 2. What is the configuration of Fe? Configuration of Fe will be equal to what? 3d6 4s2. 3d6 4s2. For Fe plus 2, it will be 3d6 4s0. So write the orbital diagram. Correct? So 6 electrons are there in the what? 3D shell. So write it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6th electron. So how many unpaired electrons you are observing now? 1, 2, 3, 4. So what is the value of N here? 4. Value of N is here 4. So substitute in the formula. Mu is equals to square root of N into N plus 2. Mu is equals to square root of 4 into 4 plus 2. So 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 into 4 is 24. Square root of 25 means what? It is 5. So mu value will be in the value of what? 4.89. 4.89 something. Okay. What is the unit? Bohr magneton. Clear? So this is the way to find the magnetic moment. For any given ion, we should write the first its electronic configuration. Then find the number of unpaired electron and put the number of unpaired electron in the given formula, that is n into n plus 2. You will get the magnetic moment for any ion. So these are the some examples you can. Okay.